'cause you need to keep backing me.
Take me out to California. I feel the day is coming to an end, and my eyes are drawn to southern skies. But I'll be coming home soon. Yeah, I'll be coming home soon.
Hello, everybody. I'm your promo homo, Nicholas Snow. You're watching PromoHomo.TV, an episode of Hot in Palm Springs, which I always proclaim is about the greater Coachella Valley, and it proves it today because I'm coming to you live from the Rancho Mirage Amphitheater, where from October 27th through 30th, Dezart Performs, the celebrated Coachella Valley-based theater company, is doing their first ever musical, their first ever outdoor performance of the off-Broadway acclaimed hit Girlfriend. And I have the stars of the show that are going to be talking with me today. Now, the reason that I wanted to do the live broadcast from the amphitheater is I have never been here until now, and perhaps many of the people coming to the show will not have been here either. So I wanted you to see that great photo of the amphitheater that you saw at the beginning, as well as the actual physical space. And by the way, there's great COVID protocols in play for the play, and that information is fully explained if you should get your tickets. I am not wearing a mask right now, but when I'm conducting my interview, I am putting my mask on because the cast and crew are in a bubble to protect themselves. So they're at a safe distance, and I am unmasked. So the 14th season for award-winning Dezart Performs opens with first ever musical for the company Girlfriend, October 27th through 30th, outside at the Rancho Mirage Amphitheater. And Girlfriend is the critically acclaimed pop rock musical by Todd, Almond, and Mathew. So let me give you sort of the breakdown of what the show is about. It's really perfect for our times. Set in Nebraska in the 90s, Will, a bit of a social outcast, and Mike, the popular football player — we always like the popular football players — figure out there is more to life than what high school has taught them. Days after graduation, they explore their relationship and begin to ask themselves where their lives begin. The Dezart Performs production is directed by Michael Shaw, with musical direction by Joshua Carr, choreography by Ray Limon, and stars Kyle T., Hester, and Eddie Vona. And they're coming up, but to keep your attention, about Girlfriends, the Washington Post proclaims, the songwriter and book writer demonstrate both an ear for the rousing energy of circa 1990 pop music and a sensitivity about the manner in which a pair of young men find their way to each other in an unwelcoming environment. And even though it's set in the 90s, fast forward to 2021, and there are still many unwelcoming environments, and we need to put all the love and life and light and musical theater into the world as we can. So before I bring my fabulous guest into the show, it's time for me to give a big thank you to DAP Health. Supporting my show, I'm a client of DAP Health, and I have been for the last 10 years. One of their value statements: we welcome all people, period. You gotta love that. And of course, my great friends at 849 Restaurant and Lounge in trendy North Uptown Palm Springs. I'm proud to be a media sponsor of the LGBTQ. I always leave off the Q. The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. They are creating a vibrant community by helping LGBTQ people along their way. Go to thecentercv.org for them. And the show is distributed across the Twitterverse in collaboration with the hashtag I Love Gay campaign, which is how come I have such great followers. And locally, I want to thank my media partners, KGay 1065 Palm Springs, the I Love Gay Palm Springs podcast, and Gay Desert Guide. And for his PR support, David Perry and Associates. He's actually nearby. Don't tell anybody. And PromoHomo.TV for the 5th year in a row is going to be the official broadcaster of the Palm Springs Pride Parade. The parade kicks off at 10 a.m. November 7th, but my pre-coverage kicks off at 9 a.m. I'll be making history by simul-streaming the parade live across multiple social media platforms. And it's going to be very exciting. And it's the biggest Southern California Pride gathering since the pandemic began. So that's going to be fabulous. And last but not least, you can get your merch at Amazon, all kinds of styles and colors. And if you send me a photo of you in the merch, I would be happy to feature you on screen with your permission. And that's the whole Promo Homo stuff out of the way. And I'm going to be back in just a moment with today's special guests.
Live your life like a dreamer. Fly all over the world. Open yourself so the world can see. You're a beautiful pearl. Live your day, let a world run dry. And you never even have to try. It's no wonder why I just can't get enough
As promised, live and in person, I have Eddie and Kyle, stars of Girlfriend. It's so great to meet you.
You as well. Thanks for having us.
And I completely appreciate why you are in a COVID bubble. And that's one of the reasons Broadway is back.
Yeah.
Because we're taking care of ourselves. And I just love it that theater goers seem to be some of the most conscientious about the need to do everything we can to have a return to normalcy.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been, I know I've been desperate for theater for the last year and a half. So I'm very glad that we can do whatever we can to get back to live shows.
A little off topic, but you know, Hamilton is on Disney Plus, and I did not watch it on Disney Plus. And then I got invited to the opening night of Hamilton at the Pantages.
Wow.
They're doing some really exciting things too. So Dezart Performs is generally produced at the Palm Springs Women's Center in Palm Springs, but this is their first ever outdoor, first ever musical performance. I know you've been hard at work, and we have a sample coming up. But tell me how the two of you became connected to the show. I know you have history with Dezart Performs.
Yes. So I was in Hand to God at Dezart Performs a couple years ago, where I played a boy whose hand puppet gets possessed by the devil. Very fun. So then when I saw this opportunity, I really wanted to audition because it sounded like such a fun story. So that's how I got connected.
And that was the last thing you did before the pandemic, right?
And this is
So
the first thing I'm doing after the pandemic. So it's
Okay,
kind of a
bookended.
full circle-y sort of thing here at Dezart. So
Okay, and you two are partners in real life,
We
correct?
are, yes. And that's how I happened to hear of it.
All right.
So I just had I think you reached, Michael, our director, reached out to me asking if I was interested in being in it. And, there's a lot of chances for us to rehearse outside of
Yep.
the shows. So,
already some built-in intimacy.
Yeah, exactly.
So it kinda
so
worked
that's
out.
how I found out about it. And of course I'd been to the Hand to God performance a few years ago, which was amazing. You were so good in that.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, I have to say that. But
Yeah.
So I don't want to make our audience wait any longer for a sample that I have of a recent rehearsal.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you know which rehearsal I'm about to play?
Yes,
Because
we do.
We'll set it up for us.
Okay, so in this song is called "Looking at the Sun," and this is after the boys have known each other for a couple weeks, and in this song you really see the friendship blossom between them. It's a real step forward for them. They start to be goofy in front of each other and let down those teenage walls that are up.
I think it's my favorite song in the show. Actually, it's a bop.
Okay,
as the kids say.
And does this have more of a rock soundtrack in the show itself, or is this instrumentation and pianos kind of how it comes across in the show as well?
So this is just, we're working with our rehearsal accompanist right now. So you can see back there, maybe you can't, but the stage is all taped out with the platforms that are going to be there. There's going to be a live band there with drums and guitars, and it's going to be 90s rock.
Yeah.
I wanted our audience to know that. So the opening music that you heard for this episode is also from the show. And what you're hearing now is an intimate rehearsal with a rehearsal accompanist. And I just want you to have that in mind. And here we go.
Appear. Watched you getting nearer like I knew it in my heart. The damage was already done. Don't get up. Looking at the sun, burned my eyes out. Now I'm blind. Looking at the sun, waiting for you to appear. Watched you getting nearer like I knew it in my heart. The damage was already done. Looking at the sun, burned my eyes out. And I'm blind now. I'm blind now. I wanna love somebody. I hear you need somebody to love. Well, I wanna love somebody. I hear you looking for someone to love.
Yay! I love that. So 3 gay men talking about musical theater. How revolutionary. And 2 of them are in it.
I've never been in a situation
Now,
before.
one of the things I always like to do is I like to include my audience. And we do have some comments. So Rock, who watches regularly from Fargo, North Dakota, says, "Love you, Nicholas Snow." And Ariel Trampway says, "Looking great, baby," with lots of hearts. So thank you, Ariel. And so lots of people go to, they search for a reservation, and then they go to see a show after, and there's lots of stress. Will you get seated on time? Will you get to the theater on time? Well, there is a dinner theater package for a girlfriend with catering by Lulu California Bistro, run by the very philanthropic Keller family. And so you have that dinner option, or you have show-only tickets. But the dinner option sounds fabulous. And how cool is that? So not only is it Dezart Performs' first musical and first outdoor theater, they're going all out with dinner.
Yeah, and it's we were in the theater for the first time last night. A moon above, and it's absolutely
Palm
gorgeous
trees.
here at night. So it's worth it. Well worth it.
It's gorgeous. Now, what do you think makes this particular musical stand out?
I think it's that it's very relatable in terms, the 2 characters are gay, and it is about them falling in love, but it's more about young people learning to ask for what they want to do, without people telling them what they should or shouldn't do. And I think in that way it's very relatable outside of just the context of being gay in a small town.
Yeah, I think that gets the most publicity, but actually each of our characters gives the other something that they can use to then become themselves after this point. So it's it is very relatable in that way. Everybody's had that moment where they're like, what do I want? And you can go get it if you want.
I grew up in a small town in the 70s, Flagstaff, Arizona. And I have a lot of those small traumatic, those small town coming out traumatic experiences. Although I didn't come out in high school, I didn't know at the time. Where did you guys grow up?
I am originally from Hollywood, Florida.
That saved me from breaking out in song.
I'm from Santa Barbara, so I'm a SoCal boy.
Okay, California, but still Santa Barbara is more on the conservative side, would you say?
Depends on parts of it.
What about your part, where you grew up?
It was pretty liberal. I went to a pretty liberal high school, so I had a relatively smooth transition.
So you probably had less trauma than the two of us.
Yes, I don't know. We should
win.
Add up our trauma and see who has the most.
I think we should. I don't think that we should combine our trauma. We should work together to heal it, which is what musical theater does.
Amen.
Let me just see if I have any other comments. I don't. So I was wondering, is there anything else that, before I give the review of the ticket information, is there anything else that you guys want to add about this production?
No, I just think it's going to be a blast. I mean, it's so fun to hear old, just like classic rock and roll music outside.
And to be back in the theater again. I think it's just something about sharing an experience with a bunch of people in a room or outside that is different than watching a movie at home like we've probably been doing for the past year and a half. You know, it's really unique.
Well, there's no business like show business, or in my case, snow business. See, I did it again. We did some of that before. All right, so ticketing options include dinner and a show or show only. Dinner includes a 3-course meal with a glass of wine. Tax and gratuity are included. Oh, well, that's what I was going to do, put up the website address, because I can do that. I'm running a network television show with my phone. Oh, banners, and then the website address. I'm impressed with myself. Are you?
I'm impressed. I'm speechless.
So anyway, it's catered by Lulu Catering and Events. By the way, and this is going to probably sell more tickets, due to the important mature nature of girlfriends, no one under 14 will be admitted. So just remember that. It is a mature show. And here's the breakdown of the important COVID-19 policy for Dezart Performs, and this is for their whole season. For the health, safety, and well-being of their patrons, staff, and artists, Dezart Performs COVID-19 policy requires guests to be fully vaccinated. Upon arrival at all events, guests must present a photo ID along with proof that they meet the CDC definition of being fully vaccinated against COVID-19, either in the form of a physical vaccination card or a photo of the card. So keep that in mind. I just want to, he wouldn't come on camera today, but I want to congratulate Michael Shaw, the director of the show, and his husband, Kark, and their whole company, and their years of dedication and their humanitarian contribution to our community, which has a wealth of theater for the size of community that it is. So I want to wrap it up with a spontaneous question, and I'd love for each of you to look into the camera and share some experience, strength, and hope to people out there that might need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go first.
I'll go first.
No pressure.
I know. Thank you all so much for watching. If you come see Girlfriend, I really think you will see such a beautiful story of growth and hope, which we all need today.
And I also hope that you find in the experience of seeing live theater how special that is and what a privilege it is to be able to gather in the same space, and that it reminds us of our shared humanity. And that is something that I think also promotes that kind of love and hope.
Shared humanity. They don't know this, but PromoHomo.TV is connecting the circuitry of humanity by creating programming for LGBTQ plus everyone. And I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I want to thank all of you for watching. And because this is a network television show that I am running from my phone, I get a very fancy closing roll. So here we go. Thank you for watching.
And I just can't get enough of your energy.